What's up, everybody? This is Jose with Oakland Latinos United, aka Oakland Latinos Unidos, on here with a new video, a new spiel for you guys to enjoy. Well, the video I'm going to make today is about a very controversial subject that people have been sending me links of. And at first, I wasn't going to do this, but I decided, hell, why not? And that is about the interview that a rapper from Northern California, a norteño, northern rapper named Lazy Boy from San Jose, was on Adam 22's No Jumper podcast. And before I go into this, let me make this very clear. I am no way, shape, or form a fan of Adam 22 or No Jumper. I feel that he's a weirdo, he's a culture vulture, he's done things to make Raza look bad. He creates drama. It's like a wannabe Jerry Springer. So let me let you know that I am not a fan of his, but because this is the first time a Northern California Chicano rapper was on his show, and a lot of people were sending me links about it, I decided to reluctantly check it out and make a reaction about it. And I'll leave a link to it in the description so you can check it out. Now let's go into it. So Adam 22, No Jumper, decided to have a rapper named Lazy Boy, who hails from Eastside San Jose, California, from the South Bay, on his podcast. And I think, given the history of Adam 22's podcast, being a clown show, being drama, starting pleitos, starting problems with people, starting street dramas, I think it went pretty good, and I think Lazy Boy conducted himself really well. Some say that he's the first Northern California Chicano rapper or norteño on the podcast, but someone else told me that there was somebody called the Backpack Boys. Now, I'm not too familiar with the Backpack Boys, but supposedly they're from up this way too. I'm not sure if they're from the Bay or the Valley or San Jose, but they're from somewhere up here, up north, you know what I mean? But overall, I think he conducted himself pretty good. It wasn't a clown show. I think, he answered the questions pretty good and navigated around the questions that maybe weren't bad. Because let's face it, Adam 22 likes to bait people into asking weird, crazy questions. You know what I mean? But we'll talk about some of the points that were talked about. Like, one thing that was funny was that Adam 22 tried to call him Edgar because of his haircut, and he checked him and told him, "I ain't no Edgar, this is just my haircut." So I thought that was pretty funny. Lazy Boy also made a point that he says Southern California, the new school Southern California Chicano rappers are, I guess you could say, copying or borrowing or mimicking the style of Chicano rappers from Northern California or from the Bay Area. You know what I mean? And I want to talk about that real quick because I heard American Cholo say that too recently. And is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know if Lazy Boy meant it as a diss to Southern California Chicano rappers. But definitely, you see rappers like Lefty Gunplay, Swifty Blue, and various others. They have a style and a swag that would be more reminiscent of someone from Oakland or San Francisco or from Sacramento or from Richmond or Vallejo, you know what I mean? And is that a bad thing? That's the thing I'm saying. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think imitation is the best form of flattery. And to me, it just shows me that Chicanos from Northern California are very influential, more than we think. Because, let's face it, being a Chicano from up here from the Bay, we're always different. We're always our own thing. We always just have this one thing that's different from, say, Chicanos from LA or from other places. You feel me? We definitely stick out. You feel me? Those of us who grew up out here, the way we talk, the way we conduct ourselves, the way we dress, you feel me? The things we do, etc. And, to see, a lot of things like sideshows going on in LA, people mimicking like the styles of up here. I think it's pretty dope, because LA has been an influential place and it's influenced us in many ways. So, we've influenced them also in many ways, more ways than you think. And I'll make a video about that one day. I've made lives about that in the past, but Yeah, I don't know if he was dissing them, but I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. I think it's just the Bay Area, the Northern California, we're more influential than we think. We definitely are. That goes without saying. Another point that he said was that Lazy Boy said was that San Jose was the most gangbanging city in the Bay Area, or the city with the most gangbangers in the Bay Area. Now, I agree and disagree to some degree. You know what I mean? Now, one thing that is true is San Jose has more of a history of having like Crips and Bloods, Norteños, Sureños, you know what I mean? Asian gangs, Samoan and Tongan gangs, you know, in cities like Oakland, Richmond, San Francisco, Vallejo, you know, the blacks out here, the black people out here, they didn't really gangbang. They didn't really claim Crip or Blood. You know what I mean? They never adopted that style. It was more about, you know, selling dope and hoods and blocks and turfs and you know, stick up kids and bipping and stuff like that. You feel me? That's more of the stuff that they were into, you know, hustling. Um, but definitely, you know, cities like I said, Oakland, Richmond, Vallejo, San Francisco, Rebel City, Hayward, Concord, you know, Antioch and Pittsburgh and various towns. There definitely have been, and there's a long history of there being Mexican and Chicano and Latino gangbangers for sure, and Asian gangs, and like I said, Samoan and Tongan gangs. You know what I mean? They have a long history, you know. So I don't think it's just San Jose. I would think the only thing San Jose has that we don't have is they do have Crips and Bloods that are black out there, and you know, you don't see that as much in the Bay. You see that more in, I don't know, you know, in Sacramento and Southern California and other cities, you know, but you don't see it as much in the Bay. So I'll give them that, but at the same time, we do have a long history of having gangbangers out here, you know what I mean? And that's just, you know, the history of it, you know. And yeah, you know, he talked a little bit about growing up in San Jose. He talked about, you know, certain things, certain issues. But as far as like any like screw my ox and screw this and screw the other side, there was none of that I could remember. The only real thing that you might even take as a diss is that he said that the new school homies from Southern California are copying and mimicking the Bay or the Northern California style. And it's ironic because the old Chicanos from Southern California used to say that we don't want to be Latinos, that we're not proud to be raza, that we act black, and that we you know, that we're ashamed to be raza, and all this nonsense, which is not true whatsoever. Look at the back of my wall, and I'm from Northern California, and I grew up talking hood as hell. You feel me? So dismiss me with that nonsense. You know, that, I would say that's the one irony about that now there's starting to be Chicanos in Southern California that have adopted more of the Bay Area style, you feel me, if you could say. And there's nothing wrong with that, like I said earlier. You know? But yeah, but other than that, like I said, you know, Chicanos from Northern California, gang related or not, have been blackballed. You know, our story isn't told. We've been blackballed from Hollywood, you know, and let's face it, Southern California is, Hollywood is where the entertainment industry is. And if you get into entertainment, that's the place you want to be. You know, and I'm glad that people like Gold Toes are opening that up for people, you feel me? And it's needed. You know, it's definitely long overdue, and we need to start bridging these gaps. So it is nice to see Lazy Boy out there on No Jumper doing his thing. Hopefully he gets on others. Maybe American Cholo. I know he's in his feelings right now about all that. Maybe Rhodium Radio. Maybe some other. You know, maybe more Chicano collaborations. You know what I mean? Some people are hopeful that maybe one day a Chicano rapper and from Northern California and a Chicano rapper from Southern California will do a song together. Maybe that will happen one day. I think it's more likely to happen today or in these times than in the past. You know what I mean? But yeah, definitely the doors for people from Northern California do need to be open more, and there should be more opportunities for us that are from up here. Not just gangbangers, like I'm saying, even Chicanos like me that are civilians. that want to get in the entertainment industry or something like that. There shouldn't be this, oh, he's from up north, he's of this, he's of that, to prevent him from going to Southern California and working in the entertainment industry. That's all I'm saying. So I think it's a good step. I'm always glad to see Chicanos, no matter where they're from, come up. You feel me? And I heard some people say, I think American Cholo might have been one of those people, say that he was the Lazy Boy was a sellout for going on that show. But let's keep it real. Swifty Blue, Lefty Gunplay, Chico Ranas, and various other people who are affiliated with Southern California have been on that show, and no one's calling them sellouts. So why all the smoke on Lazy Boy when he goes on the show? I think that's pretty hypocritical, you know what I mean? And I get, American Cholo has that beef with Adam 22, and I don't blame him, you know what I mean? And I made a video about that, so check it out in the video. There's a video about all that I came out with yesterday. But outside of that, I think I want to see more Bay Area Chicanos come up, man. Hopefully, some of the Chicano rappers out here in Oakland will get those opportunities. You have Baby Gas, you have Young Choppa, and you have a few others that are out here that are doing their thing. You feel me? And hopefully they get to go on Adam 22 or Vlad TV or something, or even Chicanos, like going on Chicano shows like Rhodium Radio or American Cholo, you know what I mean? Or others that are out there. I know that Lazy Boy did say that he wanted to be on Adam 22's No Jumper before he did any other show. He said that. You know what I mean? He said that even Vlad offered him to be on there. So hopefully he'll be on Vlad's show, and hopefully he'll be on some of the Chicano shows down there, like the Full Community or Rhodium Radio or something like that. But it's time, man. It's time to get over these beefs. This ain't the 90s anymore. It's a new time. And, I just hope Rasa from up here starts making moves. And I'm not talking about gangbang moves. I'm talking about moves like to come up in the game, legally, and to get the fame and the shine. You feel me? And that's all I really have to say. Leave it in the comment. Tell me what you think. I'm going to leave a link in the description of the interview if you want to go check it out. The interview with Adam 22, No Jumper, with Lazy Boy from San Jose, California. This is Jose, over and out.